What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stangani. Today I'm going to be showing you how to saturate like a boss. Let's get to it. Cool. Cool. So basically, before I start getting into it, you can look at this session. This is last night that I got from Chuck the Gangster. So I'm going to be working a lot on the vocal, not on the beat. So let's talk a little bit about what is saturation. You know what I mean? So everybody talks about, you hear engineers all the time talking about the warm sound, you know what I mean? The analog sound, make sure that their sounds are there, the mixes are sounding warm. So basically saturation is one of those things that help with that. As you probably thought, it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you have the right tools, again, certain saturators will be better for certain applications, for your master bars, for your vocals, for your drums, but it depends on what you're doing. So basically what we're trying to do is just to make sure that our transients are not that sharp, they're not cutting through that much. We're just taming them a little bit. It gives us a little bit of headroom and it gives us a little bit of bang, so without using compression, we just use saturation a little bit, and it's kind of like musical and we like how it feels. So let's get to it. So I have this song here last night. I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna play the song from the whole thing, so I'm gonna play it from the verse into the chorus.
This six ngamachero nirora slala ikati kumba zamani baba kokala anorara chakofusa bonyongo arodo panda rodo gm konyonyo tunano chila nasvara ndiko chera jini skopo chipodo nirotiko sina mini angavo pass jena zipatin nofana squadi peke mofara mbili low key ndiko nokate munge dari lolipo motorindise amunge kusha yanga life neti check amunge
I have coffee, man. Coffee is good for you. So yeah. So you can see this is where the vocal is coming in. I have my artworks at the bottom here just to compensate for that. I have my CLA. I'm not gonna go through my F6. Do that. So first of all is, how do you get your saturation? Do you put your saturation on the channel? Do you put your saturation on the bars? Do you actually put it on the vocal bars? Does it really matter? Yeah, it does matter. But again, it's up to your taste, what you want. I think from now you understand that everything that I do is not rules. This is not me trying to tell you this is how it's done. This is me experimenting and finding ways. First of all, what I'm going to do is, we have this here, which is a duplicate. Saturation. Satu. I'm going to put my satu there. And then this is on a bass, which is going to a sub, and then you can see it's being sent from there. So this is the first thing that we're gonna do. So we're gonna use it as a bass. So the first one that I have here is a Sans amp from Tech 21 NYC. Very, very simple plugin, as you can see. Not really a lot of things to dial in. So take you through it. So you have a pre or an amp, so you can get the saturation like an amp saturation, or you can get a preamp saturation. The bars is how much of the fuzziness that you want, the punch, less of the punch, more of the punch, however you want it, the crunch, just if you listen to a lot of like electrical guitar amplifiers, you get that crunch where you feel like the guitar is actually crunchy, and then you can drive it how much you want to be putting in. So the drive is basically what we're looking for. How much are we driving this components? And then you can do some little bit of EQ, how much of the lows you want, how much of the highs you want, and then you have your level here, right? So I've already dialed something. As you can see, I have my own preset, the Sango Warm. That's just the warmness, and you can see this is basically the preset. So I'm not gonna start with that. I'm gonna go and do a factory default. So this is how factory default comes through. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the vocal.
Last night I had a good time, I wanna do it again.
I'm gonna pull this down a little bit. Cool. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna send this pre-fader, and then I'm gonna do this. So we can only just listen. So the reason why I'm sending it pre there is just for us to be able to only just listen to the saturation and what the saturation is doing. So that's our vocal. As you can see,
Last night I wanna hit it again.
this is the default state.
Last night I had a good time.
So
I
for
wanna
me,
do it again.
I want a lot of
All the people that I
low
met
end.
last night, I wanna meet you
Hear what the
again.
drive does.
Meet you again. All the liquor that we drank last night, I wanna drink it again.
That's what the drive does.
And then that way, last night, I wanna hit it again. I wanna hit it again. Last night I had a good time. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. All the people that I met last night, I wanna meet you again. I wanna meet you again. All the liquor that we drank last night, I wanna drink it again. I wanna drink it again. And then that way, last night I wanna hit it again. I wanna hit it again. Last night I had a good time. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. All the people that I met last night, I wanna meet you again.
So a lot of people will probably be like, why are you taking all the highs? I don't really want the saturation. If you think about it, the warmness is actually coming from your low mid frequencies where you get your mod. So I probably dealt with it. So if I actually play you the vocal, I'm gonna mute this and play the vocal. Listen to how now you notice that there's actually not a lot of like low mid frequency in the vocal. So it feels like it's been filtered, which is this area here. You know what I mean? Probably do that. So from the channel itself, it's not really coming with a lot of that low end. So my vocal, I would like to bring that in, but I don't want to bring it in as like mud. So saturation kind of like bringing me in, and it feels warmer. So now I'm gonna pull this down. I'm gonna leave the vocal there, and I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna feed what we did on the saturation plugin. So let me just put the saturation plugin here. You can see all the settings.
Last night I had a good time. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. All the people that I met last night, I wanna meet you again. I wanna meet you again. All the liquor that we drank last night, I wanna drink it again. I wanna drink it again. And then that way, last night I wanna hit it again.
So you can feel that low end coming through the vocal, getting a little bit of depth, and then you can start hearing the vocal in its own space. You know, it doesn't feel weak. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be taken out the podium.
Last night I had a good time. I wanna do it again. All the people that I met last night, I wanna meet you again. I wanna meet you again. All the liquor that we drank last night, I wanna drink it again. I wanna drink it again. And then that we last.
Cool. So it's basically just dialing and finding what works for you. Most of the time I would do it with both the vocals. So if I find I like Vitamin, is because Vitamin kind of like gives me, what can I say? It gives me all the bands. I can work on a certain band however I want, which I can do on the PSA, but on Vitamin I get dedicated section for that. So let's listen to some Vitamin. Same thing. I'm gonna mute this, and then I'm gonna bypass this. So I'm gonna go factory default. That's without Vitamin. So the cool thing about Vitamin is you can go to a certain frequency and actually just listen to what's going on in that energy. For example, if I can go there, which is the range that we wanted there. Maybe I don't want more of that. Take that away a little bit. Make it mono. Maybe a little bit of that. Just make sure that it's brighter. Feels like how it brings the vocal together. You can change where you're actually listening, which is, it gives you more control. Especially I will use Vitamin on like my 808's just to saturate them a little bit, just to make sure that they give them that little extra fuzziness, you know, just a little bit warm, so that it hits on the mix a little bit. I use it on vocals, you know, but PSA on vocals have been my go. Thank you again for watching, you know, another episode of Chitangani with the Sound Sangoma. Please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure that you share, hit the notification button, leave your comments, and make sure that you tell us what you want to see us up on all the social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Much love, ndinifuna ngamanda. Peace.